Good morning, everyone. I'm Colleen from GE Design. Welcome to One Yard Wednesday. Mr. GP is with us today also, and I think he's having a glitch with his camera, so we won't see him, but we will hear him, right?
I am here.
You're here. All righty. Thank you for that. So we've got a really fun show this morning, and Gudrun teased about it on Tipsy Tuesday yesterday afternoon, and which I always love how the shows talk about each other and with each other. So she showed a great bundle from Allison Glass and said, tune in tomorrow for more Allison Glass. And so that's what we have today, 22 different Allison Glass fabrics. So, wow. Just a reminder of the sale prices on these items won't be live until after the show is over. I also want to remind you let you in on the fact that there's not large quantities of any of these. So if you see something you love, grab it, don't wait. They really are a fun mixture and you could mix and match these. So don't despair, but don't wait either. So there you go. So let's start with looking at the quilts. What do you think, Mr. GP?
Let's do it.
The quilt behind me, you'll recognize if you've watched us for a while, this is Alberta. And this is a beautiful Alberta using Allison Glass, bold prints, and then a dark background. So let me tell you a little bit about Alberta. So if you're looking at fabrics this morning, you get as much as you need. So this is the lap size Alberta, and for the lap size you would need 40 squares, 40 10-inch squares. You'll get 12 10-inch squares from each 1 yard of fabric. So you would need at least four different fabrics to do those 10-inch squares. Background, you'll need 3 yards. Binding, you would need 2/3 of a yard, and then backing 4 yards. So if you bought the really fun and new Allison Glass bundle yesterday, you might grab some of these Allison Glass fabrics for backing for that bundles because they all play together so great. So that's a little bit about Alberta, and we'll look at that again later on. On the table today, I also have Little Alberta, and how cute is Little Alberta? So I love this runner, and I really love the size of it. It's 17.5 inches by 42. It's a generous size, and Gudrun did this Alberta with a dark background as well. So it gives you that feeling of the color sort of jumping up and off of the background, which is so fun. So what you need for Little Alberta while you're looking at fabrics today is 35-inch squares. You'd get 56 5-inch squares from 1 yard of fabric. So you need at least 1 yard, but again, mix it up. You will need the 3/4 for background, 1/4 yard for binding, 2/3 for backing. So if you got 4 of these, you'd have enough for some variety in your top as well as binding and backing. So that would be a great thing. So I have a question. Are you ready for a question today? My question is, in what year was the rotary cutter invented? I have a fun fact about the rotary cutter and the year and who invented it. We'll talk about that later on. In the meantime, let's get started on these fabrics, which are spectacular. And again, we have 22 of them, so I'm going to lay them out as tight as I can, and so you can see them all also. First out of the chute, this is called Grove Radish. I love this pink. In fact, these are all really beautiful. I think maybe I would call most of these jewel tones, and so pretty. Grove Radish is this one with a little green in it. Second up, Between Pink. We had Between in a tone-on-tone off-white, and that was beautiful. So here's Between in pink, as well as Between Navy. Aren't these pretty? And also Between Blue. So pretty. So if you were thinking about doing an Alberta or Little Alberta, how fun would these three be together? You've got beautiful variety of color, and you've got some different contrasts in light and dark, value as well. These would be really fun. The one thing I love about these fabrics is, even though there's a print there, they're going to read like a blender. They're going to read very tone on tone. So this is called Stitched Pink, and it has some interesting images on here, stitching images as well as sea images and birds. And then Sphere Purple, and I'm not doing these nearly tight enough to get 22. I can see that now. There's lots of beautiful fabrics here. All right, here comes, so this was Sphere Purple. Isn't that fun? These floating spheres on that yummy purple background. This is called Sunprint Turquoise. This is a super print with the turquoise and then that citron contrast. So pretty. And then Sunprint Pink. I love this one. I love the stitched look in here in the pink. And then I have Stitched Blue. So this brings me back to Stitched Pink, but I mixed up the colors so you could see them really well. But this is the same print as the Stitched Pink. Love it. And then we have Stitched Orange. Love it. That kind of a burnt autumn orange. So pretty.
Is that one your favorite?
I think that one so far is my favorite. Do you have a favorite yet?
I like the navy.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
So this is Between Navy. Very cool. Very cool. All right, so that was orange. So now we have butterflies and bugs. How fun is this? Now, they do look like there are some bugs in here, and some butterflies. But of course, if you were cutting small pieces, you would just see this really fun pinkish purple with the white contrast. Love it. And then we have, this was Butterflies and Bugs. This is the same print in pink. This one's called Grow Pink. More of a salmony pink than the pinks we saw earlier. And then Grow Blue. That's very pretty too, that kind of cornflower blue. Now, as I lay these out, I can think, oh my gosh, all of them would look great together. Love it, love it. And we have one that's not Allison Glass, but we threw that in because we knew you'd love it. This is Big Crush Pink by Libs Elliott. You might recognize that name. Libs did Rancho Relaxo. Really fun, contemporary designer, and I love the look of this one as well. And then we have Stitched Blue. Fun, a lot of deep sea kinds of images in Allison Glass's prints. And then the next one is called Embroidery Periwinkle. So a whole new color for the scheme, and fun images as well. And then we have Century Prince Teal. Love this one. I love the sort of structured look of this print. These are very, very flowy and much more organic. This one a little bit more structured. And then its cousin, Trinket Pink. So obviously the same images on this pink background. And then we have Century Prince Blue. So this one, it brings in some of that light. So when you're looking at them as a whole, this one gives you some light feeling because of the white. And then next up, a lighter blue. This one's called 20 Blue. And these all have different titles because they're from different lines. All, of course, except for this one, Allison Glass. This is so fun. This is End Paper Pomegranate. And this is a really beautiful print that has been around for a little bit. And but again, pulling all of these in, they all go. So fun. And finally, teal. I'm going to leave this up. If you look closely at teal, you'll see stars and asterisks, and you'll see these little squiggly lines here, little, almost look like octopus. So fun. So this is what 22 Allison Glass prints look like. And like I said, I see these as being blenders because they're really very much tone on tone. The ones that have the white bring in a little bit, obviously a little bit more contrast, and then this one with the citron, but love, love, love these. So if you're interested in replicating Alberta that we have hanging behind me, or Little Alberta, I brought some blacks that would make great backgrounds. And so just a reminder, the Lap Alberta requires 3 yards of background, and then the Little Alberta requires 3/4 of a yard. So the first one is Seedling Licorice, and I love that one. I'll hold it up a little bit closer so you can see the print there, very subtle in a pale gray. Chalk and Charcoal Black is the of the group that we have today, the most that appears to be solid. Chalk and Charcoal, as you know, when you get close to it, it's got a grid in here with a little bit of gray and black shading, but it does read solid in this setting. And then Spotted Black, so, black with a little bit of gray in there. Spotted is one of our favorites and plays so nicely with all of these. Dimples Charcoal, I love the dimples texture. I'm going to hold that close so you can see it. And Dimples Charcoal, again, looks like little hexies with a little bit of gray contrast in there. And finally, if you wanted more texture, I pulled in Canvas Ebony. And all of them look, because of the contrast between the color and the dark, they all look a little black. But they would make great backgrounds, like I said, if you wanted to emulate the Alberta right behind us. Okay. Good question. The Alberta Lap is 64 inches by 80 inches. Is Alberta in a book? Alberta is a single pattern. So absolutely, and as is Little Alberta, both of them are single patterns. So we'll for sure have the link to those in the blog and so on. Okay, so the next thing I want to remember to show you is the Allison Glass bundle Gudrun showed you yesterday. Now, this is not on 1 Yard Wednesday sale prices. So let me just say that again. Not 1 Yard Wednesday sale prices, but if you're wondering if any of these would go with the 1 Yard Wednesday's Allison Glass fabrics, you can see that a lot of them, almost, I would just put all of them with this bundle. So great opportunity to get a backing or add-on at a really affordable price. So this is called Chrysanthemum. It is 12 half yards, so a really robust bundle. Fun, fun, fun. Is it time for I've Got a Notion?
I think so.
I've got a notion. I have a fun notion today called Magna Fingers. And Magna Fingers was invented by a young man named Owen Cohen. And I want to just say thanks, Mom, for giving me a name that rhymes. I hope he makes it through high school okay. Owen Cohen designed the Magna Fingers at age 13 after dropping all of his fishing hooks onto the carpet. Not a good thing. So he thought there's got to be a way that I can pick these up easily, and he did a lot of prototypes and came up with Magna Fingers. And you had the chance to meet him.
I did. I stopped at their booth in Houston and met him. He was a great guy.
What fun. What a great and bold idea. So the Magna Fingers is not brand new. What is brand new is that it's a redesigned Magna Fingers, so it's a little less, what do I want to say? Well, the earlier ones, let me put it this way, the earlier ones were produced from a 3D printer. So you had that ridged feeling texture. These are not 3D printed. They are actually manufactured differently. And so it's soft, it's got a better grip, it's more comfortable, and so on. But let me show you what the Magna Fingers will do. So does this ever happen to you where you drop a whole bunch of pens and you need to pick them up before your dog or cat eats them? Well, the Magna Fingers is going to be really helpful. The Magna Fingers has a magnet in here. So to pick up my pens, I'm going to leave that closed. I'm going to run this over my pens, and there it is. Now, let's say I want to put these on my pin cushion or on my my pin saver, needle minder. I'll just hover over it. Do it this way so you can see. I'll hover over the pin cushion or wherever, the dish, wherever I want to put these, and I'll lift up the Magna Finger, and they all fall off into wherever I want them. So that is the Magna Finger. It's good for sewing, office, fishing, tech, all kinds of things. So, hey, this would be a great stocking stuffer for your fisher people in your life. Magna Fingers. All right. What should we do next? That was my notion. Oops. Okay. All right. So before we review the fabrics, let's talk about the question. The question was, when was the rotary cutter invented? And if you said 1979, you were correct. Think about all of the quilting that was done for thousands, literally thousands of years before that, with scissors and paper templates and all kinds of interesting things. And then we got rotary cutters in 1979. The rotary cutter was invented by a man named Yoshio Okada, and he was the founder of the Olfa company. He also invented that, what do I want to say? That the blade, let's see. Yeah, the snap-off blade. He invented that as well. And so, and they found, like I said, he founded the company in his name. And in 1984, they changed the name of the company to Olfa, which is loosely translated to break a blade. So there you go. That's the story behind the rotary cutter. Okay, let's see. Next up, should we look at the fabrics one more time?
Let's do it.
All right. So let's go in reverse order. First of all, don't forget the Allison Glass bundle that Gudrun showed yesterday. So pretty. Obviously not on One Yard Wednesday price, but I wanted to bring it into this image to just show you how all of them work so great together. So that is called Chrysanthemum. The backgrounds that I chose to consider were Seedling Licorice, Chalk and Charcoal Black, Spotted Black, Dimples Charcoal, and Canvas Ebony. Any or all or combination of these would be great. Then we have in the 22 Allison Glass fabrics, we have teal. How fun is that? We have end paper pomegranate, so pretty. And then we have 20 blue. And then with a little bit of white contrast, Century Prince blue. Very cool. This looks like calculus. If calculus were a fabric, this is what it would look like. Then we have these two prints, which are so fun together. This is Trinket Pink. And also in that same print, but in the different color, we have Century Prints Teal. I'm not sure I have this one named properly, but you can see, look at the pictures for sure when you go to shop. After that, we have Embroidery Periwinkle. So this is such a pretty, and you can see the colors really stands out from the rest. And then we have Stitched Blue. Stitched Blue. Again, really fun. Love this blue color, and then the white stitching. And then by Libs Elliott, this is the only one that's not Allison Glass, Big Crush Pink. Love this one. And then we have Grow Blue. Isn't that fun? I love these images of the flowers and so on. And then the next one is Grow Pink. Like I said earlier, more of a salmon than a pink, but it's very pretty. And then Grow, what's the next one? This is Sunprint Butterflies and Bugs. So it really is the same print as these, but from a different line, so it has a different name, Butterflies and Bugs. And then this pretty autumn-looking orange, Stitched Orange. Sunprint Stitched Orange. And another blue, Sunprint Stitched Blue. And I love this one because it actually looks like stitches in the print. This one is called Sunprint Pink. And this one with the aqua with the citron green turquoise, just turquoise, love it. And the one that's got the bouncing balls, this is Sphere Purple. And I don't need to say too much about those, but I always love something that looks like a dot. And then Stitched Pink, so fun, this really bold pink. And this is between blue and then Mr. GP's favorite, between navy and then between pink. And then this is where we started. This is Grove Radish. So that bright pink with a little bit of that citron in here. So this is a beautiful collection. Love, love, love it. So before we go, I want to remind you about the patterns that we looked at today. Here is Alberta. And we'll look again at the quilt behind me. So much fun. So we call this a 10-inch square quilt. You don't have to have a layer cake, but obviously, but it starts with 10-inch squares that you can cut from any yardage using your Stripology rulers, of course. So the lap would be 40 squares, the twin would be 54 squares, and you get then it goes up full queen and king. So here is the Alberta quilt. And then, of course, Little Alberta, how cute is she? Little Alberta uses 5-inch squares, which you'll easily cut with your Stripology ruler. And this requires 35-inch squares and then 3/4 of a yard of background. So 35-inch squares, let me back up. You can get 56 5-inch squares from a yard of fabric. So lots of opportunity here in these fabrics. And then, of course, our notion for the day, the Magna fingers, which was invented by the young lad Owen Cohen, and I'll just do that one more time. Close the magnet, pick up all your pins, and then you can lift that up and let them go. So that's the Magna fingers. And how cute is that? So, and like I said, great stocking stuffer for your holiday list here. So I think that's our show. What do you think?
Lots of fabric.
Lots of fabric, 22 fabrics. And then, of course, the bundle not on sale, but we pulled that in because they just all play well together. This is the Alberta quilt behind me, and look how cool it looks with that dark background. And like the Alberta runner, the colors sort of jump off of this quilt and just look so pretty. So that is One Yard Wednesday for today. Next, I'm working on some fun projects for next week that will that I can't wait to show you. So put 9:30 next Wednesday on your calendar for another One Yard Wednesday. I'm Colleen. That's Mr. GP producing over there. Thank you, GP.
No problem.
He keeps us organized and keeps all the technology going. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
And the thumbs up. Every once in a while I'll get a thumbs up from him. That's awesome too. So grab yourself some Allison glass, grab these fun patterns, grab the Magna fingers, and make yourself something wonderful. It's a great day to sew. I'm Colleen. Have a great day. See you next Wednesday, 9:30 a.m.